Hello all and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, make yourself comfortable. I strongly recommend you to stick around and be weird with me and whoever else is on board so far. My name, if you couldn't tell, is Ashley Robin, and I'm a freelance artist by day, but I have a special interest in true crime, and I like to take that and run with it by night with this series. I want to quick address the elephant in the room for those of you who have been following. I'm sorry for my abrupt several-week-long hiatus. I got news about my health that kind of sent me spiraling for a moment, and I had to take a step back from this and some other things to focus on my health and my art and just general getting my priorities straight. I'm here now, and I'm going to do the best I can to post daily. However, if it happens again, just bear with me. All that being said, this is True Crime Time Hop, episode 22, Corpse Hostage. Warning: the following content may be disturbing to some audiences. If you could be triggered by talk of death, corpses, and just the darkness of humanity overall, you might want to ask yourself why you'd be watching true crime at all before proceeding forward. Viewer discretion is advised. Sir Charles Spencer Chaplin was born April 16, 1889 in London, England. His childhood was one soaked in hardship as he grew up in a household with no father present and a mother who was struggling financially for it. Charlie grew to become a successful actor, comedian, filmmaker, and composer who rose to fame during the era of the silent film. He moved to Geneva, Switzerland, where the rest of his life was set. His career spanned 75-plus years, but unfortunately, in October of 1977, at the age of 88, his health began to decline naturally, as one does at that age. On the night before Christmas of the same year, he suffered a stroke that ended his life. However, he would not go on to rest in peace. 45 years ago, on March 1st, just 2 months after his body was interred, something came to disturb his slumber. A young Polish refugee named Roman Wardis had fallen on desperate times and was inspired after reading an article in the newspaper of a body-snatching that occurred in Italy around that time. It was he who was breaking the ground on the grave of Chaplin along with his accomplice, Gancho Ganeve. They made quick work of uncovering the coffin and carrying it to Ganeve's car, with which they transported it about 12 miles. It was reburied in a shallow hole in a cornfield. Wardis would later admit his regret in not digging the hole deeper. However, it had started to rain by then, and the dirt had turned to mud, which was too heavy to move. Now that he had his leverage, he was ready to set his sinister plot into motion. Under the pseudonym Mr. Rochat, he began to make several calls to the Chaplin mansion, demanding a ransom for the return of the fallen star. When the body didn't seem to be enough leverage to earn him the quick payout he was expecting, the grave-robbing hoodlum escalated to threatening violence on the widow's young children. And side note, those young kids were Chaplin's, obviously. He had 8 kids total, and the youngest he had with his wife when he was 73 frickin' years old. What the fuck? Anyways, so the Chaplin's lawyer took most of the ransom calls himself, and he reported that they were demanding $600K, which, I mean, is a lot of money now, but we're talking 1977. At that time, $600K was equivalent to almost $3 million today. $2,962,079.21 to be exact. Throughout that couple of months that they had the body in their possession, there were a total of 27 harassing phone calls demanding the money. Lady Una, Chaplin's widow, wanted no part of it, saying that her late husband would have found the whole ordeal ridiculous. Police instead tapped the phones of the Chaplin mansion, and detectives monitored the nearly 200 phone booths found around the town. Their vigilance paid off because soon they were apprehending their perps. The two were nabbed on May 16th of 1978, and it didn't take them too long to roll over in questioning and led investigators to the makeshift grave that entombed the stolen corpse. In December of that year, both men were convicted of grave robbery and attempted extortion. Wardis received a sentence of 4 years hard labor, while his little henchman friend was only ordered to serve 18 months of a suspended sentence. After the 2 young men were convicted, they both wrote multiple letters expressing remorse to the grieving widow. She ultimately forgave them. Charlie Chaplin was reinterred in his family plot, but this time his remains were entombed in a concrete reinforced plot to prevent future grave robbing attempts. So yeah, have you heard of this? I did not, and this was kind of new to me. But it's definitely interesting, and I am keeping this one on the shorter side today. Feel free to follow up on my website, check out more info about me in my blog posts or on my Get Me a Coffee link as well. Both of those links will be below. And stick around because there will be more coming, either tonight or tomorrow. And until next time, stay safe.